Welcome to our lesson on finding equivalent fractions. What are equivalent fractions? Equivalent fractions are fractions that are different numbers, but they are equal to each other. So let's look at this example here. We have 1/2, and to show 1/2, we're going to shade in one of the two parts. And we have 4/8, and so I'm going to shade in 4 of the 8 parts. These represent the same amount, so they are equivalent fractions. How to find an equivalent fraction? One way to find an equivalent fraction is to multiply or divide the numerator and denominator by the same number. So let's look at our fraction here, 5/10. If I wanted to multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number, I'm not going to choose a really large number. I'm going to keep it simple. So I'll start with 2. I could do 5 times 2, which equals 10, and then 10 times 2, which equals 20. So what I did is I multiplied the numerator and denominator by 2. And so I know 10/20 is equivalent to 5/10. To use division, I'll find a number that I can divide both the numerator and denominator by. So, let's see, I have 5/10. Both 5 and 10 can be divided by 5. Okay, so 5 divided by 5 equals 1, and 10 divided by 5 equals 2. So 1/2 is also an equivalent fraction for 5/10. All right, let's practice. We want to find two fractions equivalent to 3/4. All right, so first of all, I'm going to use multiplication. So I'll multiply both the numerator and denominator by 2. 3 times 2 equals 6. 4 times 2 equals 8. So 6/8 is one equivalent fraction to 3/4. Okay, there's not a number I can divide equally into 3 and 4, and so I'm going to multiply both my numerator and denominator by a different number. I'll do 3 this time. It doesn't matter as long as you multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number. 3 times 3 equals 9. 4 times 3 equals 12. So 9/12 is also an equivalent fraction to 3/4. Okay, you try one. Let's find two fractions that are equivalent to 3/12. Okay. Well, right away I know 3 can be divided evenly into both of these numbers. So I'm going to divide the numerator and denominator by 3. 3 divided by 3 equals 1. 12 divided by 3 equals 4. So 1/4 is an equivalent fraction to 3/12. Now I'm going to use multiplication. Let's multiply them both by 2. 3 times 2 equals 6. 12 times 2 equals 24. So 6/24 is also an equivalent fraction to 3/12. All right, last one. Let's find two fractions equivalent to 4/16. All right. Well, the numerator and denominator can be divided evenly with the number 4. 4 divided by 4 equals 1. 16 divided by 4 equals 4. So 1/4 is an equivalent fraction. Also, they can both be divided by the number 2. 4 divided by 2 equals 2. 16 divided by 2 equals 8. So 2/8 is also an equivalent fraction for 4/16. This concludes our lesson on finding equivalent fractions.